Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, it's going to be a very special video. I was not here for 3 4 months. Really apologies. A lot of fellow followers, a lot of friends, they wanted to understand some strategies, some special entries along with price actions because they really had a tough time. Either they used to get stopped out, or either the market used to go in the range bound, or the market used to get choppy, or else it used to all of a sudden it used to reverse, and they used to get stopped out, so they had a lot of tough times. And the today's video is for my friends, for my traders, for my YouTube subscribers, in order to understand how to take a perfect edge in the market. And this is going to come with the help of the volume footprints and trend lines, and a perfect price action in top to bottom strategy. Yeah, so all my videos are for education purposes only. Nothing here is for financial advices. So let's get on the trading view and let's understand the strategy as quick as possible. It's going to be a very short video and it's going to be very quick. It's not going to be very complicated. Yeah, let's get started. Okay, so we have opened a trading view and the time frame is H4, and this is a complete naked chart without any of the indicators. So what we will be doing is we will draw a trend line. Let's take this trend and we will make a trend line from here as well. This is another trend. This is another trend line. Okay, and this was recently broken on Friday. You can see that the market was dancing here for a couple of days, and then finally on Friday this trend got broken. Yeah, and now what we will do is we will open over here. What is this? We will open another chart over here. Okay, and just to make clear for you people, I will be removing the candlesticks, sorry, the volume footprints, and the same trend lines I will make it over here as well. Yeah, okay, now what we will do is we will bring this particular chart, the first one we will bring down to H1 time frame, and the second one we will keep on the H4 time frame. Yeah, the second one we will keep on the H4 time frame. Okay, so now what are we going to do is it's going to be a very simple strategy, and let me explain it, that how we will take a perfect edge, a perfect entry, and to understand that if the market is really reversing without any confusion. Yeah, okay, so now what we will do is over here we will go in indicators. We will type support and resistance for Lux Algo, and we will select, we will uncheck all the breaks. Just make sure that you all are downloading, you all are applying the proper indicator on the chart of Lux Algo. Again, I will show you all that this is, sorry, this is 32.8k. yeah, so make sure you guys take the right one. Okay, after that what we will do is we will go back in the indicators again, and we will put down over here order blocks. So order block strategy of Lux Algo again over here, order blocks and breaker blocks. Okay, this one, or we can take the order block detector of Lux Algo. This one we don't need with the breaks because we already have support and resistance. So we will put this, done. We will come back on the H4 time frame and we will put the same indicator over here of order blocks, done. Now what we will be doing is we will be going for the third indicator, which is the moving average converger divergence. So this divergence is a really game changer. Don't worry, this is going to be extremely easy. It's going to be extremely quick, and we will understand with full concentration. uh, if you all have any doubts, you guys can drop me an email, or you guys can drop in the comment section below, and I will make sure that ASAP I will get back to you all with the proper answers. Yeah, nothing here is financial advices. All my videos are for education purposes only, but please ensure that uh, all your doubts and all your clarifications have to come in the email, or if you all want, you all can put down in the comment section. Yeah, okay. So now what we do is, for the H1 we will be opening volume footprints, and even for the H4 we will be clicking on the volume footprints over here. Okay, so now exactly what does the volume footprint do? Let me just open one of the chart just to explain you all that how this works and what does it do. Yeah, we will just make it big. We will just expand it a little bit because we need to open this a lot, just to make sure that the reading is exactly perfect. Okay, so I will right click over here. I will go in the settings, and just to make you understand that ATR length, row size, display, we will not take cluster. We will always take it as profile. We don't want any confusions. Type, we don't want buy and sell. If we take it buy and sell, again it's going to be really messy. We will just take as delta. Okay, and the color schemes are here. If the cell volume is more stronger, it's going to be maroon, and then it's going to be a little lighter than maroon. It will come close to red, and then this will get a little pinkish. Yeah, so the buy background is going to be dark green, where the volume is going to be very strong for the buyers. This one is going to be light green, a little more light green, and then a little lime color. Yeah, so value area is going to be 70, and point of control, which is POC, is going to be black. Okay, so I will just click on cancel, and now I will show you all that how exactly we will take our entry. So it's very clearly understood that when the market is falling down hard, okay, our delta is going to be red. Okay, the deltas will be always in minus. Deltas are very, 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 very important. Okay, if your delta goes positive, that means now the chances are for the market to reverse, and always your deltas will start going in positive whenever the market comes in the order blocks. Okay, you see this green block over here, that means that there is a lot of pressure for buying, and this one means there is a lot of pressure over here for sell. So people had a lot of volume over here. All the big money of the big institution was lying over here to sell the gold, to buy the dollar. So in this area there were a lot of buy orders. So now if we see in detail, a little bit of detail, that the market started falling from here, but the deltas were green. Understood? The deltas were green, and then what happened is, when the market came over here, okay, because why the deltas were green? Because there was a news over here. Okay, we had a news day, and practically it fell down minus 1.18k. Okay, and then what happened is, after minus 1.18k, the delta went down to 832, 153, 571, 347. The deltas were positive, but why it was falling? Because it was trying to reach on this area, and then it was going to shoot up. Yeah, but now what you see, that in spite the market came over here, it is still in the range bound. Now we will not see the deltas, we will not see all these deltas on H1. What we will be doing is, we will open one another chart of H4 which we recently had open, and let me just show it to you over here only. So what we will do is, we will change the time frame of this to H4, and we can see that in spite of getting such a big minus 1.87k of delta, Then we suddenly got a 1.41k of delta, and then 1.34k of delta, and then 396, and then minus 983. So we are getting a clear message that the market is planning to shoot up. But then as soon as we get a next delta over here for H4, at the same time what is going to happen is we can see this divergence. We can see these two moving averages taking a U-turn from here. The moving averages, the blue one will come on top and the orange one will go down. So as soon as this happens, it will give us a clear signal that the market is going to go on a buy. And how we will come to know is, of course, we cannot take our entries on H4 time frame, but we will just make sure that we come down to H1 over here, and over here you go. As soon as this moving average crosses the another one on top, means the blue one comes on top and the orange one goes down. So we will just make sure that we take a buy entry. Okay, looking at our volume footprint should be positive. Now we see all of these are in minus, minus 570, minus 176, minus 237. When we see below that the buy orders are getting more than the sell orders, and finally we get a positive delta, we take a buy. Understood? As soon as we see that after all of these previous minus deltas, when we get a final positive delta with the buy numbers more than the sell numbers and the moving average below crosses the divergence, the blue goes up and the orange comes down. And also just ensure that we are in a proper order block buy orders. Yeah, we should be in a place of the block detector where there are buy orders. Okay, and now when to exit, just ensure that you take your nearest, either your nearest order block for the sell, or you take your nearest resistance zone. Understood? You take your nearest resistance zone and just take your nearest order block. Either you can take your nearest order block or you can take your nearest resistance area, and after that you can just exit, you can close your trade. Understood? So at least from my perspective, you're gonna dive in the market for at least 2000 points, So that is the strategy. Whenever we take our entry, number one, we need to make sure that the deltas are positive, the buy orders are more than the sell orders. We should be in a proper buying zone for the order block detector. The MACD divergence should be crossing over each other and it should show a proper buy signal. And that is the time we enter the trade. When to exit? As soon as you reach the next order block detector for the sell, or if you reach the nearest resistance of M30 or H1 at least. Don't go for H4, or else, I mean, if it comes to a retracement, your entire trade is going to reverse, it's going to come down, and either you're going to get stopped out on the break even, or you will get really stopped out. Where to place your stop loss? Your stop loss should be at least 1000 to 2000 points, or make it to the nearest lowest low. Yeah, so which was the lowest low over here? The lowest low was over here, right? So make sure that you don't leverage your account much. Okay, because if you're taking your entries on H1, your stop loss is going to be at least 1000 or 2000 points. So this is not a gambling strategy where I just give you a stop loss of 100 points or 200 points. I mean, it's going to be really gambling, right? We will take our big stop losses, but our lot size should be under control to make sure that we don't over leverage our account. Okay, so this is not a gambling strategy, this is a proper strategy. Okay, and just work out on this and it's going to give you a very good trading setup. Understood? As I said, Make sure that you wait for a positive delta. The buying volume should be the more than the sell volume. Your candles should finally reach in the green order block detector, and then the MACD down should be reversing from the blue should come on top and the orange should go down, where you understand that it's a proper buy signal is coming now. Okay, and it goes vice versa. It goes vice versa for, you know, for the sell zone. Understood? Now let me show you all one thing, that this is so powerful that if you go over here, let's say I will make a trend line. I will change the time of Euro USD. Now let me give you a proper, let me just delete this because this is for okay. So now if you guys see this, I will show you exactly how the market starts getting positive deltas when the market shoots down on the bigger time frame. Yeah. Okay, so what happened is we had minus deltas. We had a very small delta of +4, then we had a huge positive delta of minus 1.61, and then suddenly we got a super positive delta of 3.16. So it's very clearly understood, after you get a positive delta of 3.16, you guys get into the buy trade. Why? If you see down, the MACD divergence is also moving, and then you see over here that it's a very strong you know, resistance zone, and somewhere over here, if you see below that, this is the very strong support area, and then finally the market decided to move from here, and then the MACD divergence also took a reverse. Understood? So that is how we take entries of volume footprints. And the volume footprint, how you can put it on your chart is just go from here. If you change this to candles, we will get the normal candles of trading view, and if we go down and we take a volume footprints, we get it like that. Understood? The setting I will show once more. You go in setting over here, you just need to make sure that it is auto ATR, and it should be profile, not cluster, otherwise you guys have to read a lot. Okay, and it's delta, it should not be buy and sell. Understood? So just to make the video very short, if I want, I can explain you what is the buy and sell just for education purposes only. It's very simple. Here on the left side, we can see all the sell volumes. On the right side, we see all the buying volumes. Okay, and what are these arrows? You know what is the meaning of these arrows over here? These arrows means that this part, this particular candle, this part was the most traded area. There were more volumes, there were more buy and sell orders in this area. That is the meaning of these arrows. Understood? And then the total number of this 41,903, 3.84, 3.39, 2.76, the total number of this gives you 16.23k, and the total number of this gives you 17.8k. Yeah, and then the total of this and the total of this gives you 34.03, and then there is a math behind this calculation which gives you a proper calculation, and it tells you that either it was a positive or it was a negative delta. Yeah, so this is 1.57k. So we will understand that whatever happened in this candle, either it was a buy or either it was a sell, or either it was a either it was a red or either it was a green, but finally we got a 1.57k, which means it was a positive delta. Understood? Now what is the main reason why people use volume footprints? You see this candle over here, this candle is red, right? So if I remove this and if I put two candles, what you guys will have a big confusion, right? That we need to take a sell entry because we see a very solid hammer or a very solid pin bar over here, and the market is, it's hitting the support zone on H4. So there is a very high possibility that the market is going to fall, correct? Because of this particular candle, you guys will take a sell and you guys will lose your money. So what we do is, that is the part where we see volume footprints, right? Because when we put volume footprints and we try to see what that candle is doing, you can see that that particular candle, in spite it gave you, where is it? In spite it gave you a negative candle, but here it is, sorry. In spite it gave you a negative candle, but you see that it is a positive delta, correct? Over here also you can see that in spite it gave you a negative candle, there is a positive delta. That means you still simply cannot take a sell. You guys can lose your money. You guys can end up hitting a stop loss. Yeah. So over here, if you see, there is again a negative candle, but you see there is a positive delta. So as I just advised, just wait for proper entries. Make sure that you see the MACD divergence, and then you see your proper order blocks for a sell zone. And after that, you just take an entry when you start seeing a positive or a negative delta, making sure that the buy, if you're trying to take a sell entry, make sure your sell volume is more than your buying volume. And if you're trying to take a buying volume, make sure that your buying volume is more than your sell volume. So I would go back over here, I will go back in settings, and I would just make sure that we see only deltas like that. Okay, so that's it. In the start, you have to make your trend lines on H4, and then you put your MACD divergence indicator over here, order block detector, and support and resistance. Both of them are for Luxembourg. So that's it. If you'll have any more questions, please get back to me in the comments or drop me an email. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for your great time, and have a great day ahead. And thank you for listening with a lot of concentration, and have a great day. Stay blessed, all of you all. Bye bye.